the great majority of the building was empty. So we rented it out. They clearly killed him because they didn't want him, once free, to reclaim the properties back, to demonstrate that he was not guilty. So we ended up being two owners, my mother and me. The bank wants to buy the building. And I said, it was wrong. Yeah, but they're offering a lot of money. I don't think we should sell. Also, the notary is guilty because he knew that that person didn't exist. My mother was meeting regularly with Prozenc, and Prozenc was putting documents in Slovenian to her to sign, because she said, this is for this land, this is for this other land.
So you said that your family never seen your grandfather again after he was arrested.
No one.
You said he was shot, but he was not sentenced to death. He was officially sentenced to some prison time, and of course confiscation of property, which was probably the core of the whole this arrest. How did you know what happened to him?
Well, there's been some testimonials of people that knew what occurred. They clearly killed him because they didn't want him, once free, to reclaim the properties back, to demonstrate that he was not guilty, that he was innocent, that he actually helped Slovenians to not be arrested, and so then reclaim his properties. So they just killed him.
Did authorities give you his, I don't know, death certificate or any documents that would I don't know, prove where your grandfather died and or where he's buried or something? Did they?
No.
No. So it was just at the beginning some witness, some oral testimony.
Yes.
Some of his I don't know co-prisoners in it.
We don't know what happened to his body. We have no idea.
So now the honor of your grandfather was restored because he was deemed innocent in the court in, as I said, early 90s, and then there was possibility for you to restore your property. Now you were represented with Stjaž Andrej Prosenc, I believe. How did you who actually recommended Ms. Prosenc to you?
Well, I was living in the United States. I've been living there since the 80s in New York and Los Angeles. I was an investment banker, so my life was there. When we got back this property, there were heirs that wanted to sell. So I decided to buy. So I formed through Prozenc, that was introduced to me by my mother, and my mother got introduced to Prozenc by a friend of hers, Mr. Peter Crisper, that was Austrian Slovenian. And so I accepted the judgment of my mother. In choosing Prozenc, I did a little investigation on her. She seemed a reputable lawyer.
And she made quite a name for herself, I believe, in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
I believe she was very demanded as a divorce lawyer, I believe.
Yeah. And she apparently was very well connected. She was known to be the lover of the ex-president, Mr. Kučan. She was also a member of the Olympic Committee of Slovenia.
Yes.
So I thought that she was a reputable person, a reputable lawyer. And so I used her to form the company and then to purchase from all my cousins what they wanted to sell. So we ended up being two owners, my mother and me, through my company. And my mother personally, under her name, and me through the company. And the property was undivided, meaning there was not a first floor, second floor, third floor, this apartment, that apartment. It was just a block. And we got it back that way.
This was the only property you got back?
No, there were other properties, but this is the only property in which I actually invested. Other properties my mother dealt with, and with the heirs, and some she sold, some she got compensation. This one I wanted to preserve because it was the symbol of the work of my grandfather. So I told my mother, I said, we will never have to sell this building. We need to preserve it in the memory of your father and my grandfather. And my mother agreed. She was actually very attached to, because she also lived in this building. So she had a lot of memories. What was an interesting fact, and I didn't pay much attention at the time to that. I found it was kind of interesting, but I didn't really, I didn't think too much about it. Prozenc was living in the building. So when I went to meet Prozenc, I went to this building.
Was she living, or she had just her office?
No, she was living and had an office.
So both?
Yeah, she was paying rent, a very small rent, but she was paying rent. And at a certain point, my mother, so we're talking about 1994, when I I formed a company and purchased from my cousins. And then the building was used for rental to businesses, including Unicredit, who took 4 floors in the building back in 1995, I believe. And actually it was Bank of Austria. And then Bank of Austria was purchased by Unicredit and so on. So the entire building was rented to businesses. There were some residents from long time that they were paying a minimal rent, including Prozenc. It was one of them. But the majority, the great majority of the building was empty. So we rented it out, and was, you know, a good income. We had a bank as the major tenant. So to me was.
But the bank paid commercial rent.
Oh yes, yes. And I had an excellent relationship with the bank for many, many years as a tenant. And then in late 1999, my mother comes to me and she says, the bank wants to buy the building. And I said, it was wrong. Yeah, but they're offering a lot of money. I don't think we should sell. So I convinced her in not selling. Then another request came, and it came from Prozenc to my mother saying, I would like to buy the apartment in which I'm living. So my mother comes to me and she says, Prozenc wants to buy the apartment what do you think? And I said, absolutely not, because we want to preserve the entire building. She can be there, she's renting, she can be there for, X amount of years, but I will never agree to sell anything. And we couldn't sell, my mother couldn't sell without me, and I couldn't sell without my mother because it was one property.
Yeah.
So when I said no to Prozenk about selling her apartment, the apartment in which she was living, she orchestrated a fraud. Because she knew that I was absolutely against selling anything. So what she did, and she was familiar with my company because she was the lawyer that I used for my company. I was the only director of the company.
Yes.
So for me, it was everything under control because I was the director of the company. The company owned part of the building. The building was undivided, one unit. So I said, nothing can happen if I don't sign anything, if I don't agree to anything. Well, what she did was to go to the registry, the company registry. She canceled my name with her pen, with her hand. She canceled my name. And she wrote another name, a name of a person that never existed. A name of a person that basically couldn't be recognized by documents because it didn't exist. And that was the name of my mother, along with the name of my father. That is also my name. My mother and my father, they were not married. So she never had documents with my last name, with my father's last name and my last name. It was always Doris Mayer. So what she did, she put Doris Mayer Pignatelli, a non-existing person.
And your mother was never Pignatelli?
And I'm sorry?
Your mother was never Pignatelli because she was not married?
Yeah, she was not. And so it is something that I cannot understand how it could have happened because a notary had to notarize this change of directorship. And I guess that either the notary just believed
or face value.
And so back then it was pretty common. Or otherwise, also the notary is guilty because he knew that that person didn't exist. So what at that point happened is that because my mother was trying to recover other properties, land and so on, she gave power of attorneys to Prozenk. And she didn't realize, my mother, how many powers you have, a lawyer can have under a power of attorney. And so what happened is that my mother was meeting regularly with Prozenk, and Prozenk was putting documents in Slovenian to her to sign because she said this is for this land, this is for this other land, a lot of work, a lot of paperwork to claim these properties back. And so my mother, in good faith, she signed without really realizing what she was signing because she didn't know Slovenian. She knew few words of Slovenian, but she didn't know how to read a legal document, and she just trusted Prozenk. So what Prozenk made her sign, essentially, under Doris Mayer Pignatelli, she made her appear like the director of my company, and so she made her sign and her sign for my company to transfer the ownership of that apartment
to Mrs.
to Prozenk.